Pauline Kalonzo Musyoka, wife of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the former Vice President of Kenya, Wiper Democratic Movement leader, and one of Kenya's most influential statesmen. Her story is not just about politics or public life. It is about faith, endurance, and the quiet strength of a woman who for years has been battling illness, often away from the cameras, but never away from the prayers of her family and the goodwill of Kenyans. Pauline was born in Kenya many decades ago, long before her name would be tied to politics or national headlines. She grew up in a deeply religious family where values of faith, humility, and service were central. Though details of her childhood are often kept private, those who know her describe her as a warm, soft-spoken, and deeply prayerful from a young age. She pursued her education quietly, and later in the 1980s, her life would take a defining turn when she met Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, a young ambitious lawyer who was then stepping into the world of politics. Their connection was more than love. It was a partnership anchored in shared values of faith and service to the community. Pauline married Kalonzo at a time when his political journey was just beginning. It was a union that would last decades and withstand not only the pressure of politics but also the storms of illness and personal trials. Throughout Kalonzo's career, whether as a member of parliament, cabinet minister, vice president of Kenya, or presidential candidate, Pauline stood by him. She was never loud, never flashy, never one to seek cameras. Instead, she became the anchor at home, raising their children and giving Kalonzo the emotional stability needed to face the unpredictable world of Kenyan politics. The Musyoka family has been blessed with children who reflect the values instilled by their parents. Kennedy Musyoka, perhaps the most well-known, Pauline's children, serves as a nominated member of the East African Legislative Assembly. Kennedy is described as disciplined, humble, and following closely in the footsteps of his father's leadership path. Pauline and Kalonzo's other children have also pursued careers away from the limelight, maintaining the family's reputation for humility and focus on service rather than fame. At home, Pauline has always been described as the glue of the family, a mother who balanced her children's upbringing with the demanding life of being married to a national leader. For years, Pauline has been battling illness. The exact nature of her sickness has never been disclosed publicly, a decision that reflects both family privacy and dignity. What is known, however, is that her health challenges have taken her through hospitals in Kenya and abroad, with Kalonzo frequently acknowledging the prayers and support of friends, church leaders, and ordinary Kenyans. In moments when her condition worsened, Kalonzo will step away from politics to take care for her, proving that behind the political figure lies a devoted husband. In fact, on several occasions, church leaders and fellow politicians have publicly prayed for Pauline's healing, reminding the country of her central role not only in Kalonzo's life but in the moral fabric of the community. Her illness has been described as long-term, requiring specialized treatment, resilience, and constant family support. For Kalonzo, it has been a reminder that family always comes first. For Pauline, it has been a test of faith, one she continues to face with courage and quiet strength. The Musyoka family is deeply rooted in the Christian faith. Pauline herself has been a woman of prayer, often seen in church when her health allows, and remembered in countless intercessions when she cannot attend. Churches across Kenya, especially in Ukambani, have held prayer sessions for her recovery. Community leaders, women's groups, and even political allies and rivals of Kalonzo have come together to wish Pauline strength and healing. This unity around her illness shows the respect she commands, even without being a public figure. Unlike many spouses of top politicians, Pauline never chased fame, but she earned admiration through her humility. Today, Pauline lives a life that is much quieter than her husband's. While Kalonzo continues to engage in politics, often making headlines, Pauline focuses on family and health. Her children remain close, offering her support, and Kalonzo is often quoted speaking about the performance of prayers and his wife's health. Whenever he is on the campaign trail or in political meetings, his mind is never far from home. Friends close to the family often describe Pauline as the hidden strength of the Kalonzo Musyoka household. Her resilience has shaped not only her children's character, but also Kalonzo's approach to leadership, grounded, empathetic, and compassionate. As we reflect on Pauline's journey, it's clear that her story is one of quiet strength. She may not dominate headlines, but her influence is felt in her family, in her community, and in the very character of her husband's political career. Her life reminds us of the many unsung heroines behind Kenya's great leaders, women who hold families together, who raise children with values, who endure illness with dignity, and who inspire faith without needing the spotlight. Pauline Kalonzo Musyoka's journey is not finished. It is a living story of faith, endurance, and love, and as long as she continues to battle illness with courage, she remains a symbol of hope, not just to her family, but to all Kenyans who see in her the reflection of resilience.